Well,
we got cameras.
Here we are. Absolutely. Welcome, everyone, to this next bout here at the 2016 Men's Roller Derby Association Championships. I am Piggy Fatness, and I am joined by
Julia Sleazer.
Sleazer, it's going to be an awesome one. We have St. Louis Gatekeeprs, defending champions, a team you're very familiar with.
Yes.
And they're going to be taking on the Magic City Misfits to get to the semifinals.
Yes. So whoever wins this will go up against Bridgetown Minutes next, and whoever loses this is out. So this would be Magic City's second game, Gatekeeprs' first game. I'm going to go through, do we have enough time? Run through roster fast?
Let's go ahead. Why don't you take us to St. Louis, and then we'll take Misfits in a bit.
All right, in the white, St. Louis Gatekeepers, 0260, Spin Diesel, 1 Saint, 11 Corey Porter, 24 Nat King Kill, 386 David Metcalf, 5150 Hulk, 57 Monster Jam, 6 Sir Nix-a-Lot, 618 Led Zeppelin, 66 Screech Around, 7 Magnum PIMP, 73 Kyle Stark, 82 Person Control, and 88 The Doc.
All right, for those of you joining online, thank you so much for being with us. The Forest Green are the Magic City Misfits out of Florida. They are taking on the St. Louis Gatekeepers in white, and we're off and running.
First up, Magnum up against Bratz.
Jamming for the Gatekeepers, we have
Magnum.
Yes, it is.
Magnum PIMP.
Magnum PIMP, absolutely. And it's Michael Bratz for Magic City.
Taking off, getting lead. Magnum has it, coming in for his first scoring pass. Magnum takes a huge hit to the inside, comes back in, taking quite a bit of hassle from 142 Jamaican Psycho. It's going to end a 0-point jam for Magic City. St. Louis, where's that hand? Ooh, I didn't see it. It is a 5-point jam, so first blood drawn for St. Louis.
That gives us a quick opportunity to bring the Misfits roster to you. 11, Milo, 13, Token, 130, Kurt Copain, 142, Jamaican Psycho, 19, Jeremy Strecker, 2, Quad and Dirty, 21, Kendall Smash, 22, On Point, 24, Brian DeLuca, 27, Michael Bratz, 3, B.A. Allman, 37, Beastie, 44, Chef, 69, Christopher Harrell, and number 9, Christopher Smith.
Fast work of it. It's Milo out there for Magic City, but with lead at jammer status. That is Corey Porter.
Quickly out of that pack, Corey Porter was now looking to score. Still working to get out for Magic City is Token.
Token's going to take the recycle back. He's got his star off. Potentially could pass to number 19. Jeremy Strecker. Streak, if you will.
Misfits trying to get their wall together, but the Gatekeeper blockers are in to break it up. Corey Porter picking up 5 points. Three wall on the front side. Magic City Misfits trying to slow down Corey Porter, but Sleazer right through that wall.
Comes right on through, calls it off, having picked up. It looks like I see that thumb, I sure do. 5 more points, a 15-point jam for St. Louis. Magic City still at 0.
Gatekeepers looking to continue what they did last year to finish as the champions, so here they have an opportunity to move forward once again.
Certainly. So we're going to start off with a power start for Metcalf. Token is seated in the box. David taking some hard hits, but making short time of that pack, getting lead jammer status yet again for the St. Louis Gatekeepers.
You get the impression that the Misfits walls, they're trying to kind of get in there and get it put together, but they're being broken up so quickly.
Yeah. And then the desire to bridge out comes in, and then it's one person, and it's short time.
Right now, though, they've settled into a nice 3-wall that slowed down Metcalf for the moment. Now into a 2-wall.
Kendall Smash up front with Quad and Dirty holding back. Now falling through. Number 88, the Doc helping out Metcalf along with the Saint. Or just straight up Saint.
5-point pass there by the Gatekeepers. Token back on the track.
So this magical gatekeeper wall, which you must earn your way through.
Absolutely.
Saint, Hulk, and Percy control. Metcalf having a hard time of it. Just a second, takes quite a bit of a spill. Pops up, see how far he needs to come back in. He comes about midway through the pack, having legally passed previous players. Nobody skated all the way back, so he's capable of doing that. And then a huge hit down, followed by a misconduct call on number 21, who perhaps fell with his forearms into his back.
The Misfits had drawn back the Gatekeepers jammer, but the dock was right in there to shorten that distance of the return of the track.
A star pass there at the end to Quad and Dirty, but not quickly enough to get to the back of the pack. Nothing picked up that time by Magic City. A 13-point jam for the St. Louis Gatekeepers, 33-0, with just over 25 minutes in this half.
Just want to say a quick thank you to Green Monster Roller Sports. If you're standing on crap, they didn't make it. Quality is their technology. Green Monster Roller Sports. All right, next jam underway for the Gatekeepers. We've got number 66, Screech Around. And he is now going to report to the penalty box for a backblock penalty. So this will be a power jam opportunity for Magic City. And that is On Point, who is jamming for the Misfits. Track cut now on the Magic City Misfits jammer On Point.
He's going to switch out with Screech. Screech was still seated, so between 1 and 20 seconds for On Point. On Point already standing, so we can assume it's been a low time. There's not going to be a lead. We're going to have about a minute 15 left. Screech is through his initial pass and will be coming in, scoring shortly. As he passes the penalty box, On Point and joins him on the track. Screech just has an amazing recovery time. Falls, pops back up. There's no 3 seconds. There's no thought to it. He's just back on his feet.
Screech Around taking a variety of hits, whether hip checks or shoulders, and he's able to get through, but now draws back and is going to get back on track properly.
On Point facing off against Bled up front. Ooh, Bled takes him to the outside. Looks like Stark and Spin were pretty happy about that. He's going to have to come, well, he's not going to have to come terribly far back. In the meantime, Screech Around's being bridged back. Number 9 being the last one, Christopher Smith.
This particular lineup of Misfits has been effective, but of course, as soon as I say that, we complete the star pass for the Gatekeepers. Actually, for the Misfits as well.
Yeah, it was 2 times the star pass you expected, right?
Stereo star passes as this jam comes to a close. And unless I'm mistaken, Julius Leeser, was that a 0-0 jam? Nope, it was 3-2 in favor of the Magic City Misfits.
There we go.
Next jam getting set for the Misfits. Jamming will be Brian DeLuca, and that will be Sir Nix-a-Lot for the Gatekeepers. Quickly forced out is Brian DeLuca. Now he's going to have to get beyond a 3-wall of Gatekeeper blockers on the backside of the pack. Sir Nix-a-Lot working against 2 on the front side.
Big hit from Quad and Dirty. And now it's going to turn it into a power jam. It's a track cut being called. Oh, it's a double power jam. Who will get to the penalty box first? Nix and DeLuca both taking a seat. Oh, they need to figure out which side is theirs. Hint, it matches your jersey.
Stereo everything in the last few minutes. All right, both jammers back on and back in business. Again, you see that blend of jersey colors that's showing that neither team able to really form walls. Now the Gatekeepers pushing forward and have settled into a 4-wall. Box formation slowing down Brian DeLuca. Same formation on the backside by the Misfits against Sir Nix-a-Lot.
Nick's knocked to the inside. However, DeLuca pressing through. Looks like he was through first, but perhaps a no pass, no penalty, question mark? Oh no, sorry, this was stereo jam, was it not? Nick's is also through. There's only a couple seconds left in this jam.
Nick's a lot, though, gets around pretty quick, and so now he's got opportunity for points here. And whoa, nice little pirouette to get on the board. A few more points on that pass.
Nick's coming through again. The jam comes to its natural conclusion. Let's see what we got. That is a 3-point jam for Magic City. A 5-point jam for the St. Louis Gatekeepers, bringing them up 40 to Magic City's 6.
Want to say thank you to Adam Skates. Their Jackson Elite and competitor boots. Great hybrid boot with microfiber and leather. Heat moldable, reinforced toe, available in a men's width. Affordable for every level of skater. Adam Skates.
Magnum mowing his way over. Number 44, Chef, coming through, taking lead jammer status for the Gatekeepers. Max already through. This is his first scoring pass. He has a little bit of a stumble trying to get past number 19 from Magic City, which is Street, Jeremy Strecker. Gets a track cut, headed to the box. Now a power jam with lead loss. So Magic City's got 30 seconds to do their magic.
Still working, though, on that initial pass are the Misfits. And there it is. It's completed. But that's about 7 seconds it came off of that power jam.
Definitely.
Gatekeeper 4-wall once again set to meet the Misfits jammer, Michael Bratz. Five-point pass now for the Misfits as they try to close the gap here.
That power jam is finished. Magnum is back on the track, and he is now through. That was a scoring pass. That is 4 points picked up for St. Louis.
Empty penalty box. Everyone's on track, and now a force out on Gatekeepers jammer. And one blocker apiece headed to the penalty box for both teams.
Score more points for St. Louis right now. An 8-5 jam. Let's see what the final is on that. Now 8-7 in favor of St. Louis, 48-13.
So over the course of the last few jams, Magic City, Julius Lees, has been able to put up 13 and limited the Gatekeepers to 15. So a bit of a slowdown on their point output at this point.
Sometimes you have to take a couple of jams and fill out your opponent, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Token out there for Magic City. Corey Porter for St. Louis. It's going to be Token through lead jammer status for Magic City. Is this the first time?
Token's been out there.
No. Is this the first time they've gotten lead in this?
Oh,
game?
yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Within this bout, yes. Token
Not his first time ever for them.
Yeah.
He's done
I'm sure
this
he's got it before. Yeah, Token found that inside line open and took that speed pass right through it. Now he's got to fight against a four-wall block by Gatekeepers.
3 points for Magic City. 3 points for Gatekeepers. 51-16.
I want to take a moment to say thank you to Moda Skates. They're 100% for skaters by skaters. They have unlimited color options through Skate Create by Moda Skates. Stop by their booth if you're here or check them out online and learn more. Moda Skates.
David Metcalf out there for St. Louis, on point for Magic City.
A little bit of a slower pace to this jam as it gets underway.
Metcalf doing some decisive leaning. He's being very careful because when you're in that type of play, it's pretty easy to incidentally have a penalty. So he's taking his time getting through, and now is on a power jam. Token's being sent to the box for a high block.
Yeah, high block penalty is going to make this a power jam now for the Gatekeepers, but the Misfits have done a great job of slowing down Metcalf as he's now battling against two blockers on the front portion of the pack.
That's Milo and Chef. Last ones he has to pass, lead jammer status and on a power jam. On Point is still seated in the box as Metcalf comes in for his first scoring pass.
Three wall by the Misfits on the front side. Metcalf looking for an outside pass now, jukes to the inside, but is met by a huge block by the Misfits number 69, Christopher Harrell.
Stark is going to try to take on Hill and take him out of way of Metcalf. Metcalf doing a little spin move there at the end, comes through picking up 5 points. Did take over a minute and a half for those 5 points to be accrued, so hard fought. On Point is back on the track, and potentially we'll get to the back of the pack. Perhaps not. I believe Metcalf calls it off.
Lots of whistles, and we are past the halfway point of this first period here in this bout between, well, real quickly though, we've got a timeout being called by the Gatekeepers. And so once again, we are at 16 for Magic City, 59 for the St. Louis Gatekeepers as these two teams battle to move into the semifinals against Bridgetown Menace, who made their punched their ticket to the semifinal bout earlier today, Julia, and what has been a day full of hard-hitting action here.
It's been an amazing day.
I don't mind saying, I remember you talking about how fun the MRDA championships are, and here we are in Dallas, Texas, just a few hours from my hometown, and it's been a blast.
It's only a 4-hour flight. It's only a 4-hour flight. No, it was pretty good, and also I left a pretty unreasonable windstorm behind in Seattle, so I'm like, see you guys when this business is finished.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, MRDA Champs has long been one of my favorite tournaments. I'm happy that we can do this.
Absolutely. Also, as I mentioned earlier, very familiar with the Gatekeepers team as you spent time in the St. Louis area.
I did. I used to live in mid-Missouri, and unlike Seattle where they won't drive a half hour to hang out, Missouri travels all over. So
Exactly.
If you're doing Derby in Missouri, you're all over, and I had opportunity to announce with them a couple of times, and I NSO'd with them a couple of times, and
yeah,
that was the first 4 years of my career, was growing up with the Gatekeepers along with Como Derby Dames and other wonderful teams from Missouri.
Yeah, not to take anything away from the Magic City Misfits here out of Florida, and they have done a great job to get to this point and vying for a spot, looking to continue. Right now, Gatekeepers, though, have really, they got out to a pretty fast start, 33 points before the Misfits scored. And penalties have been a little bit of a factor in that process when it comes for the Misfits.
It hasn't been terribly penalty heavy, but yes, jammer sitting for 30 seconds can really hold you back.
Indeed. So officials are discussing and things of that nature are happening, and we're now on an official review. And we'll give an opportunity to say thank you to Pro Design, Inc. Has been making protective products since 1986 and has everything for your protective needs. Make sure you check them out at www.prodesign.com. All right, and yeehaw for Texas.
So I think we're momentarily going to hear from Ogre, who's currently talking to Jeremy Strecker about the issue. Curious to know what the issue is. Thought it was initially taken as a timeout. If you guys enjoy stats, I bet you do, you can check out the tournament stats at stats-repo. So stats-repo.wftda.com.
I think we might have time for you to say that one more time, Julia Sleazer. Where can they find stats?
At stats-repo.wftda.com.
Lots
Upon
of
review,
stats. Oh,
Magic City's jammer did indeed cut the track. It was confirmed by 2 different referees. The track cut will be issued to the jammer, and St. Louis will retain their review.
they told me they are playing. All right, so we have the next jam getting set to go. This is a power start for the St. Louis Gatekeeprs, and the Gatekeeprs are sending out their jammer Screech Around. Dancing on the inside line, Screech Around makes the pass quickly and begins his scoring run.
I've been informed that the ref mic might be a little bit buggy for the stream, so just so you know, a track cut was issued on point, and that's why you see him seated in the box, and that's why we've had this power start. So 2 refs did convene on seeing the cut. And so St. Louis retains their official review.
Screech Around now into a 4-wall of Magic City Misfits. Right to left movement as he tries to find space, and big hit there by Magic City Misfits number 21, Kendall Smash. And that brings that jam to a close.
So power start is always, wanted, and always a great opportunity. 5 points picked up that time, bringing the Gatekeepers up to 64. Magic City still sitting at 16. Just under 13 and a half minutes left in this half.
Beautifully said by Julia Sleazer, and we are underway. Gatekeepers sending out Sir Nix-a-Lot once again to jam, facing off against Brian DeLuca for the Misfits.
Nick's having a tough time getting past this 3-wall that's intermittently led by Milo, Chef, and I believe that is Christopher Smith as well. Now bridged out by Streak.
Gatekeepers with some nice blocking on their own on the backside. Now the Misfits in to help out.
Trying to chase Percy out. Oops, sorry. Said the wrong name. Trying to chase Luca out was number 57. Monster Jam.
Brian DeLuca continuing to battle against this Gatekeeper wall.
Star pass to Kyle Stark. Magic City did have lead though, so before Stark can get to the back of the pack, Magic City's going to call it off a 0-0 jam.
Want to take a moment to say thank you to Resurrection Skates. They're a full-service skate shop located in Dallas, Texas, the home of this year's Men's Roller Derby Association Championships. They've got custom setups, discount used skates, and all the gear you need to get rolling. Derby, outdoor sessions, speed, and ramps. Visit resurrectionskates.com.
We are off once again. Magnum PIMP against Michael Bratz. Magnum quickly knocked into the inside. Is going to recycle back. He's making fast time of that pack. Ooh. Can he do it? He can. And lead jammer status to St. Louis.
Last time I saw Magnum PIMP, he was representing at the World Cup, and looks like he hasn't lost a single bit of speed.
Absolutely not. He never will. 5 points picked up by the Gatekeepers. Bratz is having a heck of a time, trying to muscle his way through the pack. He has removed the star, but has not passed it to my knowledge. Ooh, perhaps now. Oh my, yes. That pass has gone to number 2, Wadden Dirty. Comes through. Ooh, Wadden is almost so close. So close. Thought he was going to make it into the pack that time.
Yeah.
A star pass is tricky, though, because you got to make it out of the pack and then just, fly around the track.
Once again, Gatekeepers doing a great job of parking themselves amidst the Magic City Misfits, preventing them from putting any kind of wall together. That's been their calling card throughout this bout.
Magic City does get a wall together, they really have great control. I think the Gatekeepers probably recognize that and employ the strategy as you described. Good work.
Yes, it did.
Off to the box goes Monster Jam. St. Louis is down one blocker, but they are up one lead jammer, Corey Porter. Star pass to Streak. Streak flying into that pack. Did he pick anything up that time? 2 points to Magic City. It's been quite a few jams since they've scored anything. 1 point to the Gatekeepers. We're right now 78-18. Right now, I can still do the math. Let's see, 60 points, I must say. Yeah.
You are absolutely right.
Nailed it.
That's the kind of math I can do.
This is where I retire. This is my high note.
If nothing else
Good
happens, that's the moment right there. Do your homework, kids. Math is important.
You have a calculator on your phone. Be cool. Metcalf out there. Going backwards. Looks like he's trying to pull on point. Well, clearly he is trying to pull on point along with him. On point comes in back of him. Looks like Metcalf is going to be... Well, I thought he was going to take an aggressive stance. Doesn't look like it. They come back towards the pack. Metcalf hung up against a successful Magic City wall. On point, knocked out, is going to have to come in behind the Saint, come up against Percy. Monster Jam joins the fun. On point, spinning through, trying to figure out which way his body can go to get through this pack as it thickens around him.
On point, forced to the infield, has to recycle back. Gatekeepers now with time to put their wall together and slow him down.
Metcalf coming in. Again, we've got Magic City. We've got a 3-wall and somebody ready to bridge.
Back block penalty now assessed on the Magic City Misfits, blocker number 3. That is B.A. Allman.
Yeah. Some slick moves, but Metcalf is through. Another star pass to Quad and Dirty. Metcalf sees it, calls it. So again, as you mentioned, Magic City is doing a great job of slowing the roll of the Gatekeepers. That was a 5-point jam, hard-earned, 83-18, in favor of St. Louis.
And we have an official timeout being signaled. So we'll take a moment to say thank you to some more of our great sponsors here this weekend. Want to say thank you to Pepper House Designs. If you feel your feet slide around in your skate, go check out Pepper House Designs. And they'll take care of things like armbands, patches, and original official wristbands. Pepper House Designs. Back to the track we go.
We're going to have a power start for St. Louis. They have fielded Screech Around. On point, currently sitting in the box, so we know we have over 10 seconds in this power start. Streak ready to go, things in motion. Streak wanted to take the inside, decides to take the outside. Streak has got his 3-wall in control up front.
Now here come the Gatekeepers, though, to break up that wall again.
Screech nearly through, takes a bit of a spill. He's going to come back. Only a couple of Magic City blockers to get behind, though. Now he is through. St. Louis has lead once again. On point is back on track, just a little bit, 15 feet or so ahead of Screech, but he is on his initial, so Screech need not call just yet.
Screech around through for 4 points, but a penalty has been assessed to On Point. He's got to make that trip all the way around, Sleazer, because of that forearm.
That's Ref, that point of no return, it'll get you. The other 5 points on the board for St. Louis. Pack at a standstill and in kind of odd formation that as Screech approaches, they go ahead and move around. You can see what they're up to. Ooh, a hard hit from Screech there. Screech is gonna go ahead and call it. That freezes the Magic City Jammer in the box, giving St. Louis another power start.
Approaching 5.5 minutes left in this first period. Gatekeepers within shooting distance of the century mark as we get set for this next jam, which will be a power start once again for St. Louis. We do have a timeout being called. That timeout is taken by the Misfits. I want to take a moment to say thank you to Left Turn Clothing, Derby owned and operated. High quality athletic apparel for men and women is what they specialize in. They are where fashion meets function. So check out Left Turn Clothing. So Julia Sleazer,
Yes.
day one, MRDA Championships. What are some things that you've enjoyed seeing while we're here this weekend?
Some, maybe all of them. Something I really like about this is I don't have a lot of opportunity to see teams like Magic City. So this is actually my first time having ever called Magic City, which is great for me. Seeing our top 10, it's been a while since I've been at something that San Diego Aftershocks was at. I feel like this is pretty good across the board in our MRDA events. The teams sportsmanship.
Absolutely.
So they are very competitive on the track, but BFFs forever off the track.
Yeah,
and that's just brilliant to watch.
Yeah, we've seen some nice work from Southern Discomfort and other teams actually that are here. And actually, we're ready to get back to the track, and the Gatekeepers quickly picking up lead jammer.
That's Nix coming in. On point is standing, and he is posed to come back into this pack. He is ready to go. So Gatekeepers bridge quite a bit back, anticipating On Point's return. Leaving Nix to fend for himself up front. He does quite well, comes through 5 points.
Gatekeepers blocker in to help out. That is Saint mid-pack there to try to clear space for Nix-a-Lot. Star pass now completed by the Misfits. So their jammer of note will be, or well, it all came to a close.
It would have been Michael Bratz.
That is correct.
Well, it was for a second.
Yes, for that brief shining moment.
An 8-point jam for St. Louis Gatekeepers brings them up over the century mark, 102. Magic City at 18, 4:13 left in this half.
Misfits now fielding Kendall Smash as their jammer, facing off against Magnum PIMP for the Gatekeepers. Misfits wall on the front side of the pack. Magnum PIMP right to left on that inside line. Misfits recycling forward nicely. Magnum PIMP is through that wall now.
Kindle pass.
Star pass now complete.
I call him Kindle pass. It's Kindle smash past the star.
So a successful star pass and a call off by the Gatekeepers slows that all down.
That's the risk you run with the star pass. Like I said earlier, you got to pass quickly and then zoom on that track. It was Christopher Smith, the last held the star.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing this for about 4.5 years now, and I still, it just hurts when you see that jammer get out after the star pass, and they're so close.
They're so close.
And they're almost toying with them, and they call it off.
I feel like often they are. Because sometimes they'll wait.
Right.
And look them right in the eye.
They're like, go ahead, try it. Try it.
Well, Bratz is going to have another opportunity. Currently has lead jammer status for Magic City. Corey Porter out there zinging along, has taken his star off, gets through for St. Louis. Bratz is coming in on his first scoring pass just now. It's knocked out to the outside. It's going to be recycled back behind Percy control.
2 points were taken on that pass by the Gatekeepers before the whistle blew. a lot of quick speed being shown by the jammers for the Gatekeeprs, and that has been the difference. So we've got Brian DeLuca for the Misfits and David Metcalf for the Gatekeeprs.
Misfits keeping their blockers together. Streak again up front, along with Chef. Metcalf is having a heck of a time. Sting, oh my word. Woo! Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah.
That was just insane. He's keeping his wheels in, keep your wheels in, keep your wheels in. Takes 2 more hits after that feat. Metcalf is coming in to score. In the meantime, DeLuca had made it through on his initial, but it's called before he can even meet the back of the pack.
Even from our elevated position, we could hear those hits being dealt out, but just a fantastic display of body control by Metcalf. And just impressive play all around right now by the St. Louis Gatekeeprs as we're approaching 1 minute left in this first period.
I feel like this game is just like singing by.
Screech around for the Gatekeeprs. Kendall smash for the Misfits.
Kendall getting knocked into the inside is going to be recycled back. It's going to have to get past a pretty sizable Gatekeepers wall. Screech in the meantime facing off against one last skater. That's Quad and Dirty. Magic City got that out of play warning. Lets him go. Lead jammer status goes again to St. Louis.
Misfits wall put together, but once again coming in to break that up was the Gatekeeper Saint. And a nice pass there by Screech around to put up 5. Jam comes to a close, and that's going to bring us to halftime here between the Magic City Misfits and the St. Louis Gatekeepers. Julia Sleazer, so far we're seeing Gatekeepers very dominant performance.
Definitely, but of course Magic City, as we've noted, if they can keep their blockers together and avoid the assaults by the Gatekeepers, really, it's an assault on their wall, breaking out those walls. When Magic City has their walls together, they do an amazing job of keeping Gatekeepers, jammers back, but Gatekeepers is using the strategy of clearly breaking up their walls.
Well, that's the reason we have a halftime period, and that's to see what we're going to do to adjust things over the course of the next few minutes. So we will be back with more second period action here at the Men's Roller Derby Association Championships. So don't go too far away. We'll see you back here in just a few minutes. And we are back. I am Piggy Fatness, joined by Julia Sleazer. We're ready for period number 2, Julia.
Definitely are right now. St. Louis is in the lead, 115 to Magic City's 18. Got about 41 seconds before we come back in. If you only joined us for this game earlier today, Magic City came up against the San Diego Aftershocks, and I believe,
yes,
and I'm going to say that I'm right, was their first time for San Diego being at men's champs.
Yes, I believe so.
Usually right. I've been wrong like twice. But the score from that, Magic City 218, San Diego Aftershocks 169. So it was still a hard-won bout. So, and then of course this is Gatekeepers, since they're the #1 seed, their first game of the tournament. The winner of this moves on to play Bridgetown Menace tomorrow.
Right.
And the loser is finished for the weekend.
Absolutely, and they'll move into a consolation bracket. But as far as the advancement, I believe there will be some games for seeding, if I'm not mistaken. So,
Yep, this would be the final one for. If
Okay.
either of them lose, if the #1 seed rolls in and loses, they're just out.
Got it. Okay.
On their first game, and Magic City, this is their second game. Everybody's got 2 games.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
See,
I thought about it way too long earlier. I'm like, I don't understand though. Where did they go? Finally, someone was like, "This is their second time," and I'm like,
Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense.
There's
All
only
right.
one or two instances where you can be playing one game in this type of bracketing, and it's if you were your mom or the Gatekeepers coming in and losing your very first game.
Well, and this is why I'm glad to have you as my babysitter here at my first MRDA championships.
It took me a while to understand brackets, so I'm glad I can share this knowledge. In the meantime, we've got Nix out there for St. Louis, taking lead jammer status. Michael Bratz from Magic City, still trying to get his way through. He has removed the star, but I believe has not passed it.
That much I do understand. The Gatekeepers picking up where they left off at the tail end of the first period in what has been a very dominant performance. But Magic City Misfits have had some moments of brilliance that they're hoping to capitalize on. We'll see what their adjustments were over halftime.
Right now, we've got all four of them up front, squeezing Nix out. He's going to have to travel quite a ways back to... Woo, hey! Well, if you got to travel back, you might as well come forward quickly, taking a pretty good apex jump there and picking up 5 points. It looks like, I believe, Bratz has passed that star. Or maybe, no.
No, it looks like he's slyly stashing it in that left hand.
Well, it looks like everybody suddenly was to focus on Allman, and I thought perhaps he had the star, but they're keeping Allman away from being able to receive the star. I'd like to say hi to Meow Mix, aka Stephanie Gins, who is joining us via laptop, I believe, from Florida. They're Jacksonville superstar watching the male counterpart to her team.
Speaking of those watching, we thank you so much for joining us here on the web stream. For those who just joined us, first of all, shame on you. In the white, it is the St. Louis Gatekeepers. In the forest green, you've got the Magic City Misfits. And there's the pass there by the Gatekeepers to pick up the lead jammer position again in this jam.
A track cut called on Kendall Smash, who is their jammer, although he's removed the star again. But he is, yeah, there we go, sitting as jammer. There's a power jam. Magnum does have a lead jammer status for the Gatekeepers, and he is coming through on his second scoring pass.
And here come the Gatekeepers attempting to blow up that wall. Misfits staying just ahead of him. Magnum of PIP working against a 2-wall. Strong 2-wall there that's comprised of number 69 for the Misfits, Christopher Harrell.
Ooh. Well, looks like he's going to get a misconduct for that last block. It's pretty rough. Magnum taking quite a spill. Looked like he get the wind knocked out of him there. So a 10-point jam for the St. Louis Gatekeepers, 133. Magic City still sitting at 18, 26-39 left in the game.
Want to say a quick thank you to some more of our sponsors. Roller Derby Elite says you can fly like Rolomite, dance like Frank Not So Hatra. Make sure you check out Roller Derby Elite. Gatekeepers picking up lead jammer. That is Corey Porter. Already 21 points in this bout by Porter. He's looking for more. Misfits sitting up a 2-wall on the front side. Bridging forward now. Porter pushing forward and through. Puts up 5. Three-wall on the front side. Ready to once again try and slow down Corey Porter on the back side. The Misfits still trying to make their initial pass as Porter puts up 5 more, and the Gatekeepers continuing to put up the points here in the early going of the second period.
Some insane hits there. I actually know what it feels like to receive a hit from Led Zeppelin. I will summarize it by saying it is unpleasant. It's unpleasant.
I'm impressed that you're here with us.
I did a mixer. I spun in the air.
I would have cried.
Kept it together. Corey Porter up against that last bastion of Magic City. Quad and Dirty has to let him go. 5 more points. Gatekeepers right now a 20-point jam.
Interesting decision on that particular bridge. When you have someone the size of Chris Harrell, he decided to be the skater to come back one and leave the rest to Quad and Dirty. So a little bit of an interesting decision, at least from my viewpoint.
Certainly.
Quad and Dirty putting that hit that slows down the progress of the Gatekeepers, and the jam is called off. You know, Sleazer, I kind of got the impression that, or the feeling at least, that the first period sort of blazed through. Now, you know, we've been at this for a little bit, and we're only 5 minutes, 6 minutes down, so a little bit of a slower pace this time around in this period.
Just a little bit. I'm sure it'll pick back up, though. Again, you come back with that feeling each other out, and then you're raring to go. Metcalf out there for St. Louis, Michael Bratz for Magic City, and it's going to be Bratz taking lead jammer status.
Yeah. Nice move to pass through on the outside portion of that pack to pick up the lead jammer call. Now he's got some assistance and a nice apex jump to land and pick up points.
So Metcalf is through and is ahead of Bratz. Let's see if how far Bratz wants to let him go. Oh, Metcalf is making his way through. I don't know if he's quite got his hips past anybody. Well, he certainly does now.
Misfits now scrambling to hold back Metcalf. Doing a nice job of slowing him off.
Certainly are. At the same time, we've got a Gatekeeper as well, keeping Bratz back. So Bratz still has lead. Got Bled Zeppelin, Percy Control in the dock, keeping him back. Apparently goes ahead and calls it. A 3-7. Nicely done. Magic City picking up 7 points, bringing it up to 25. St. Louis Gatekeepers at 158.
Right now, the Misfits still trying to figure out how to stop this onslaught by the St. Louis Gatekeepers, who are looking to protect what they fought so hard for last year, which was to finish with the MRDA championships. And right now, they pick up lead jammer once again. That is Screech Around. Already to this point, pick up 23 points, now looking to add to that total.
Gatekeeper is well known for having some of the most solid walls. Holding back
yeah, the thing that I noticed, though, it's not just that they can form those walls so solidly, it's that it's once their jammer makes a pass, they have an opportunity to sort of get into what I call controlled chaos, where they start to pick their spots, cause some chaos, and then quickly reform.
Right. Pack starts to speed up. DeLuca is through and coming up on the back of the pack. They gain speed, gain speed, gain speed. Let's see if he manages to get hips past. That is 4 points for Gatekeepers. Nothing picked up that time by Magic City. I wasn't quite sure.
21 minutes, 2 seconds. The clock is moving. 167 for the St. Louis Gatekeepers. Magic City Misfits with 25. These two teams vying for a semifinal spot in tomorrow's action that will start early, 9 a.m. first bout as we continue action. But, you know, after this bout, we still have one more, as we're going to get a chance to watch the future of roller derby. We'll talk about that in just a bit. Magic City Misfits pick up lead jammer. That is courtesy of Token.
Nick's having a rough time. Christopher Smith knocking him out. It's going to be Streak recycling him back, though. And then Streak says hello with a shoulder. I use my words, but you do you. Token is through. 5 points for Magic City.
Token, nice spin through to make the first pass beyond an opponent. Now right into a 3-wall by the Gatekeepers. Quick recovery, though, after he got knocked to the infield, and he is through. Puts up 5 points for his team. You see the kind of work that the Misfits have done this weekend, and then you see what they're doing here in this jam, and you just know that they're going to continue to improve and get stronger as time goes on. Gatekeeprs, 2-wall, and the call-off, and we will reset.
And with that, a 13-point jam for Magic City, nothing that time for St. Louis Gatekeeprs. That also makes Token the lead scoring jammer for Magic City here today. He's got 16 of that 38 points attributed to him.
Next
Out
jam.
there. Whoops, sorry.
Sorry about that.
Go for it.
Next jam getting set will feature Kendall Smash jamming for the Misfits. For the Gatekeeprs, it is Magnum PIMP. As we begin to go the wrong way.
It's a pretty serious bridge. Magnum starting on the outside, coming to the inside. Lead jammer status yet again to St. Louis.
Power jam now for the Gatekeeprs as Michael Bratz picks up a penalty and heads to the box. Misfits also down a pivot, so plenty of space for Magnum PIMP to work, and here he goes. First pass for 5. Power jam comes to a close, but 10 quick points were put up by the Gatekeeprs as the pack speed increases.
So there are 4 points on the board, brought to you by Magnum PIMP as he approaches on another scoring pass.
Even when bridged back, Magnum PIMP is able to recover so quickly and accelerate.
Right. Ooh, hey. Tried to call it, but what's he going to get? Skating out of play.
Yep.
So we have 12 seconds remaining in this jam with no lead jammer.
That'll create a power start scenario for the Misfits once this one comes to a close.
Just about a 20-second power start.
Yep.
That's a pretty reasonable advantage to have.
It can definitely play into their favor. We'll see if that's what happens as we continue here. We've got an official review being called by the Gatekeeprs. And I have a feeling it's related to that last penalty we talked about.
Oh, yeah? Could be.
I don't know much, but I think that might be it. I want to say a quick thank you to all of you joining us online for the MRDA Championships. Those of you who have been with us all day, thank you. You have one more chance to see Derby action. Julius Leeser, we were talking about how we get to see the future of our sport, as there will be a Junior Roller Derby Association Expo that will be broadcast next after this bout.
Do you know what's particularly special about this one?
Yeah. It's, I mean...
Well, fine.
I mean, it's an opportunity. This is, from what I understand, it's all boys. And they're going to be, which of course makes sense since this is Men's Roller Derby Association.
Well, generally, I
St. Louis
mostly
is challenging the skating
now that I'm in the
out-of-bounds
Pacific
call on
Northwest,
their
I see a
jammer.
lot more juniors, and I mostly see the all-girls or the open,
Right.
which is the co-ed. So this will be my first time seeing all boys.
Yeah,
MRDA
it's
team.
not something we see very rarely. I mean, in the Texas area where I call some juniors, it is, as you said, same as the Pacific Northwest. It's either co-ed or it's all female. This is going to be an all-male expo to feature some skaters from the Junior Roller Derby Association, and it's a great opportunity. I love it simply because we get a chance to see what I call the future.
Right, yeah. It's really amazing, too, because I wasn't sure, because in the Midwest there's recently started up a Juniors Derby League in St. Louis, but when I was living there wasn't a lot going on with juniors, so it was when I traveled to tournaments to go and that I would see them, and it's just so amazing the things they can do. When I was 12, I wasn't doing anything at all interesting.
I was eating dirt, and so You know, when we think about the junior derby world, they can start, I want to say, as early as the age, somewhere between 5 and 7, if I'm not mistaken. They age out at they age out at 18.
Yes.
And when they do so, some of these skaters have had 8, maybe 9 years of experience, and so it's such a great way to keep our sport moving forward. It does a lot to solidify. Let's get a word from our referee.
Review, the skating out of bounds call will stand. St. Louis will not retain their review.
Just in case you did not catch Ogre's lovely voice, the skating out of bounds call will stay. Magnum still hanging out in the box.
All right, so back to the track we go. We'll talk juniors later. Right now, it is the Magic City Misfits taking on the St. Louis Gatekeepers. This is a power start for the Misfits. Brian DeLuca with the star. Two Gatekeepers up front. Now 4.
Man.
Christopher Harrell in to try to create some havoc. But Gatekeepers so quick to reform. And a huge hit there by the Misfits. And you're kind of excited, Julius Leeser. Was that Percy Control?
It was Percy Control.
Percy
An
Control.
amazing hit right at the end. He thought he was going to leave the pack, but no.
No. He introduced him to his hip.
So coming out of the box, Magnum PIMP, eligible for lead, gains it.
Yep. Again, it has been just a stellar performance by the St. Louis Gatekeepers, defending champions, looking to repeat. Again, nothing taken away from the Magic City Misfits, but the Gatekeepers are firing on all cylinders as this bout has continued. And they will, at this point, more than likely advance. But credit to the Misfits for how hard they've played here this weekend, and they continue to do so, as we can see on track as this jam continues. Magnum PIMP with an opportunity for an apex jump. Didn't quite complete it, as some nice defensive work by the Misfits caused him to miss. Christopher Harrell again anchors that wall that sends out Magnum PIMP. And a good force out there by another Magic City Misfit. That is Chef with a strong hit as we bring that jam to a close.
I did not abandon you.
No, of course. I view it as you gave me an opportunity to chat with our lovely web audience.
Did you have a good time making the words? You enjoy words, and you also enjoy recaps. I've been told Derby Central is doing game-by-game recaps, as well as updating on Twitter. So if you haven't followed them, it's Derby Central.
The internet is so cool.
I know. I saw their tweets earlier.
Yeah.
And then he came and was like, hey, this is happening. I'm like, oh, I'm go.
All right, back to the track we go. Misfits jamming on point. He's got one skater to beat, but that skater is Led Zeppelin, forces him out, and that opens up the door for the Gatekeepers' Corey Porter to pick up lead jammer. We've crossed the halfway point of this second period. Continually, Julius Leeser, we see Saint being that blocker sent forth to wreak havoc.
It's true. Saints is a misnomer. $13:36, and the St. Louis Gatekeepers have crossed the double century mark. Bicentennial. Sorry, there's only so many times I get to use fancy words. They crossed 200. Way to spoil the moment, Biggie. All right. All right. And we got a chance now to look at the camera and say hello to all of you who are here on the web with us. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll take a moment to work out what is a timeout taken by the Misfits. Official review. Official review, okay. I saw that blinking dot that said I was squinting for. Ah, yes. So the official is indeed making the O motion for official review. So while we're on camera,
We'll let folks admire us. We'll just sort of stand here and, you know, got a few seconds to style and profile. If you've just joined us, I'm Piggy Fatness. This is Julia Sleazer, and we have had a doozy of a bout here, Julia.
It's been amazing.
Yeah, it really has.
Gatekeeprs facing off against Magic City to see who's going to come up against Bridgetown for their semifinal tomorrow.
We also have, I believe, in the other semifinal, we've got Texas Men's Roller Derby getting ready to face off against Your Mom, who completed their path into the semis earlier
Magic
today.
City is
in what has been really some of the most hard-hitting action that I've seen this year. I have the opportunity to call Men's Roller Derby Association bouts throughout this year, and all of Derby is hard-hitting. But there's just something, by the time you get to this level, these 10 teams that are duking it out, the intensity level just rises, and it seems like game to game, as I've been here throughout the day, that intensity, it's I know maybe it's stating the obvious, it just continues to increase.
No, certainly. And it's something, you and I were both at Men's Roller Derby World Cup, and the energy there is the same, but the gameplay is different.
Yeah.
It's still very, very, very exciting, and you see a lot of unique things to that tournament, but it's been something with men's champs watching this extraordinarily high level of play,
right.
Which the top 10 in previous years, it sometimes was the top 8.
Sure.
But yeah, it's just intense bout after intense bout, and even when you have a really gapped out score, still an amazing game to watch.
Absolutely. I mean, we came off of the previous bout, which was Southern Discomfort taking on Your Mom, and Southern Discomfort, you know, you think of some of the names, you know, speaking of the World Cup this past summer,
yeah.
We're watching Reaper again, we're watching Spectral, Sutton. They made a huge impact here this weekend with
certainly.
some really, really hard-hitting play, and so it's just fantastic to see that international flavor continue on in all aspects of roller derby. Again, here with the Men's Roller Derby Association, it's just been a fantastic day so far, and we get to do it all again tomorrow.
It's true. As of 2014, MRDA champs had become international, and this time we have not only London, but Vancouver here.
Yeah, so the sport continues to globalize, and I love it. I'm the guy that says I hope to die with a microphone in my hand. So
no misconduct.
Looks like we're ready to get back to the
Yeah,
track.
Magic City will not retain the review.
David Metcalf fielded for the St. Louis Gatekeeprs.
Misfits sending out Michael Bratz. And there's the whistle. Both jammers looking to the outside.
We've got that swirling wall of Magic City blockers. 'Cause it's not like it doesn't stay in one place.
Right.
It's moving, 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 moving.
That little rotation now trying to be broken up by the Gatekeepers Monster Jam. Now back to help on his wall.
Streak keeping control. The Triforce up front. Ooh, Metcalf. Is he able to squeak by? Not quite. Finally gets knocked into the inside. He nearly got knocked in before. Doesn't have to recycle all the way back because back behind him is his own blockers holding back Bratz.
These are the moments I'm talking about when it comes to the Misfits. Right now doing a beautiful job of holding back Metcalf. Able to avoid the work that's being done by the Gatekeepers to break up that wall, and now holding tight.
And they keep one skater back, ready to bridge, or perhaps come back and cause some chaos.
We've gone almost a full rotation, and Metcalf forced out at the top portion of turn 4.
Ooh, hey. Oh, the positioning of that fall was potentially bad news, but it turned out fine. Everything's okay. Metcalf still trying to make his way through. We are almost at the end of 2 minutes, and we've not got, lead. Oh, there we go. All right, with 8 minutes remaining in the jam, David Metcalf has taken lead jammer status for St. Louis.
It only took 1 minute and 53 seconds for that for lead jam.
Hey.
You know?
If that's not a testament to the amazing defenses we have out tonight.
Yeah, and the Misfits showing themselves well on that jam. Again, great job on the part of both teams. And what a fun bout this has been to watch.
We're just coming under 11 minutes. Score remains 207 St. Louis Gatekeepers at 43 at Magic City Misfits.
For the Gatekeepers, it is Screech around.
Almost screeching around the pack. Not quite. Takes into the inside. It's going to be recycled back. Ryan Allman.
Token for the Misfits gets brought back. And this time, it only took 22 seconds, but the Gatekeepers pick up lead jammer.
First again, Joel headed off to the penalty box. Already one Magic City blocker seated, so it's a 3-on-3 pack and 4 points for Screech. Turning into a power jam for the Gatekeepers. A track cut assessed to Token by former Gatekeepers head ref, Rockety Roller, who I only now see at tournaments. Heartbreak. Five. Oops, no.
No, I was just going to say Screech around completed another pass to add to the Gatekeepers total as this power jam really doing its damage here this late in the game.
It's never too late for damage. Here's my positive quote for the day.
It's never too late for damage. That's the next T-shirt that's going to be sold.
Somebody Photoshop that over a beautiful mountainscape or something.
With like a bird or something.
Yeah. Maybe
a dolphin.
Up to 3 birds.
It's never.
We don't want to go overboard with this whole thing. Not too serene, not serene enough. You know, get a middle ground. Nix-a-lot out for Gatekeepers. Token standing in the box. Magic City. He is now taking back to the track. Let's see how he approaches the pack. Ooh, he slides through. Thought he snuck to that Gatekeeper's wall, and then the wall swarms up around him. He is through, though. Lead jammer status to Token.
Doing it out of the box, as we saw earlier from the Gatekeepers, is Token for the Misfits. Picking up lead jammer. Here come in the Misfits to break up that wall.
Nix is through and approaching the back of the pack.
But again, that great job of pacing the wall.
Yeah.
Right? It's just out of reach of the blockers. So, yeah. I like that.
2 points picked up by Token for Magic City before he calls it off. So right now, Gatekeepers 221, no change there. 45 for Magic City. Just under 8 minutes left in the game.
We're going to be seeing on this next jam for Magic City, it's Kendall Smash. And we have a timeout being called by the Magic City Misfits. Our penalty box sponsor this weekend is Rydell. Visit the Rydell Skates booth if you're here to experience cutting-edge technology and intelligent design of the all-new Solaris. If not, make sure you stop by online and see them. And they are the proud sponsor, or a proud sponsor of the 2016 MRDA Championships. Rydell Skates. Make sure you check them out online.
Hey, Piggy.
Yes?
Aren't they announcing something special tomorrow?
I believe so. In fact, I believe there's this person who goes by the name of Piggy Fatness who will be making an announcement.
That is
what did you hear I'm going to be announcing? I'm curious.
I heard it was the location of the next Men's Roller Derby World Cup.
I guess I should find out what that is, right?
Oh my God. I'm so freaked out right now. I just started sweating more.
I know. Isn't it amazing?
Be cool. Be cool.
No, here's the funny part. Yes, I have. I very much have the honor and privilege of being picked to be the announcer for the unveiling of the location for the next Men's Roller Derby World Cup, and I have yet to find out. But we'll know tomorrow.
They kept it so double secret that not even the man announcing it, I should say, right before the fourth game tomorrow.
Right.
He doesn't even know.
I know. So make sure you stick around and come back because I'll be here. But right now we're back on the track for more action.
is where we find out it's hosted in your backyard. I know they were doing bids.
I didn't submit for the backyard.
You
sorry.
didn't?
Yeah.
I know James Brown was talking about submitting to have it in his flat, but I don't know if it ended up happening. Find out tomorrow. Magnum PIMP takes lead jammer status for St. Louis Gatekeeprs. Handle smash. Have removed and stashed the star is through. Finished his initial. Didn't have time to get around and get any points picked up. That is a 2-point jam for St. Louis Gatekeeprs. Magic City still keeping them on their toes. They are at 223. Magic City still sitting at 45.
A little bit of fatigue now showing on the part of the Misfits. And
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say something I don't know if everybody at home knows is that the floor is a layer of sport court with a plastic sheet and then a layer of sport court. For you skaters, you know, one bit of sport court wear you down a little bit. When you layer it and it gets a bit squishy, it does cause fatigue much more quickly than other floors might.
Yeah.
So that's another challenge we have to face this weekend.
Right now the challenge is for Corey Porter to get through for a scoring pass. Misfits closing, but takes the hip shot and picks up 5. Does Corey Porter for the Gatekeeprs. Power jam now for the Gatekeeprs as the penalty was called on the Misfits jammer. And On Point will serve that time. So Gatekeeprs looking to put the final touches here on this bout that will send them to the semifinals to face Bridgetown Menace. That will happen tomorrow. And right now it's a 3-wall by the Misfits trying to slow down the progress of Corey Porter, and he is stalled right at the opening of turn 3.
Spin Diesel headed off to the box.
On Point back on track. And the jam is called, and we will reset.
Is this your first men's roller derby association?
This is my first one. I was inspired after the men's roller derby World Cup this summer, and I thought, you know what, let me throw my hat in, and here we are.
This is the thing, is if people would just listen to me in the first place, we could have been having good times a long time ago.
You know, I'm stubborn.
It's all good. We're here now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's do it. David Metcalf for St. Louis, Michael Bratz from Magic City.
Misfits 3 while holding strong now 4. Magnum PIMP pushing. And a forearm penalty now will send one of the Misfits blockers to the penalty box. That's B.A. Allman. Again, in to help is Saint. But the force out did happen on David Metcalf for the Gatekeeprs. Track cut penalty now on David Metcalf, so he'll report to the penalty box. And we will go the full 2 minutes. 15th jam of this period. Again, after this bout, don't go away. We have a Junior Roller Derby Expo for you to conclude the day's action. Lead jammer called for Michael Bratz from Magic City. Again, the Gatekeeprs scrambling.
Yeah, Bratz made short time of that pack that time. Lastly, passing Saint. However, Metcalf is back into play. Bratz coming in. Let's see what he picked up there. Nothing picked up by the Gatekeeprs. It was like 5 points for that jam for Magic City, bringing him up to 50. St. Louis at 236. So if we consider the things that have happened this weekend, you know, just recently, earlier this year, everybody was going, wild when Portland beat New York, because New York has for several years been one of the top dominating teams in the championships, and that's they recently, for the very first time, well, I suppose I should say 1 year ago,
right,
and 1 week, because we're a week off this time, New York stopped being in the top 3 in the MRDA championships. So that was new. And then we had Portland capable of beating them. So we weren't really sure we were going to come into today if it was going to be Portland again. It was Portland that came out ahead. As we said a couple of times, the winner of this game is going to face off against Portland tomorrow. But, yeah, also seeing new faces. Our top 10 used to include some of the same teams, some very different teams, but San Diego Aftershocks, having worked so hard, finally got themselves in as the 10th seed. So we've seen a lot of things this weekend that seem to me to be, in many ways, pivotal to the top 10 in men's roller derby.
All I know is that when it's all said and done, we will have our semifinals set for tomorrow. Top 4 teams are going to be vying for a spot in the championship. Our host here this weekend, Texas Men's Roller Derby, will be facing off against Your Mom, and they have done a fantastic job of putting on this event here this weekend. And if you weren't able to make it out, you're missing out. But we thank you for joining us online and watching today's action. It has been a fun day of roller derby here in the Dallas Metroplex area. And as a Texas boy, I just got to say this while I have a chance. I'm very proud of the work done by Texas Men's Roller Derby, not just competing, but of course helping to put this event together.
No, it's well done. Very happy.
While I have an opportunity, I want to do a shout out too.
Do it.
I want to send a shout out to my Alamo City Roller Girls. They are the ones who got me started, and we've all come a long way, haven't we, Julie Sleazer?
Yes.
It's been a fun ride.
True that. What year did you start in?
April of 2012.
I was April of 2010.
Yeah?
Yes.
Well, then, as my elder, I will respect and follow you.
I should say.
Now, I think back to the calls that we've done, while few, always memorable. So
It's true.
Thanks for another fun time.
It's pretty excited. I know we were on separate tracks during Men's Roller Derby World Cup. But we got to come together here.
Absolutely. It's been a fun time. And once again, a big thank you to everyone involved in putting the Men's Roller Derby Association Championships together. We'll get back to the track in just a moment as we sort things out here with our official timeout. So, how about we say thank you to some other folks that are here with us and also who are our sponsor. Well, actually, we're going to go to the center track.
In the previous jam, the St. Louis Jammer 386 was issued a track cut penalty. That penalty has been overturned.
Is it a track cut?
I couldn't hear Ogre particularly well that time. It's a bit loud in the venue. I apologize. It sounded like track cut got overturned.
I believe that was the call. Either way, it was done in an official review, so there's no loss of an official. I'm sorry, an official timeout.
Yeah.
So no loss of an official review
So
by
the
either team.
officials were like, "Hey,
Let's
something
get this
made
right.
me miss right there."
Yeah, credit to our officials. Fantastic crews working this weekend. And right now, completing a star pass are the Misfits. Jammer of note now, number 19, Jeremy Stricker.
On and off before he meets the back of that pack. That is another 4 points. St. Louis Gatekeeprs, the Magic City's 50. We are under the 2-minute mark. Can you believe it?
I'm so sad that it's almost done.
I hear all good things must come to an end, but
Yeah, this is the final bout of today for this particular tournament. But
for
again,
the adults.
For the adults, that's right. We're going to have a Junior Derby Expo, so make sure you stick around for that. Right now for the Gatekeepers, we have got Sir Nix-a-Lot with the star facing off against Brian DeLuca for the Misfits. Again, slow pace through turn one. Both jammers stalled in the middle portion of the first turn, and a track cut penalty now on Sir Nix-a-Lot, and that will send him to the penalty box. This is going to be a power jam opportunity for the Misfits, but Brian DeLuca still trying to clear as this Gatekeepers defense remains strong up until that point, as Brian DeLuca completes the pass. Lead jammer for the Misfits. Going down swinging are the Misfits. An impressive showing here this week. 3-wall now by the Gatekeepers. Brian DeLuca trying to force through. Penalty brings that down. That's a forearm penalty on Hulk. And a track cut is drawn on Brian DeLuca. So he will head to the penalty box. This is power jam now for the Gatekeepers.
Nix coming in, ready to assault that lone Magic City Misfit in the back. Little spinorama, and he is past Magic City's defenses.
So we will go the full 2 minutes on this one, as this will be our last jam.
This is it. Unless Magic City picks up 190 points in the remaining 19 seconds and ties it up.
It's good to dream.
I want a tie game sometime.
Again, nothing against the Misfits, but
oh, certainly not.
Gatekeepers, you know, impressive work. But credit to the Misfits for a nice run here to get to this point.
I was just saying there was a scenario available where this would not be the final jam, and that was it. The Misfits have done brilliantly, keeping back the Gatekeepers, whether through their walls or by getting their jammer out.